Hello friends, today we are starting a playlist that will go through the reading of the focus levels as described by Maranon and recorded by Robert Monroe and his team during their exploration. The dictation was from the being referred to as Maranon, however, it was Robert and his team that wrote all of it down, and then all of the reports were collated into a book-like structure by Daniel Erickson with editing from S. Solomon. So thank you to them both, and I will be reading these out for you to help us all gain a better understanding of each of the focus levels, including the ones that are often skipped over in the program. Let us begin. During the Gateway course, participants who are listening to the Monroe Institute meditations are introduced to focus levels. Level 1 is the current waking state of the meditator, referred to in this document as the explorer. After the meditation, the explorers return to the same focus level when they started. Focus levels 2 through 9 are not initially given any significance other than a stair step used to wade into a pool of water. The first step, which the explorer enters a different state of consciousness, is focus level 10, described by Robert Monroe, or Bob, as mind awake, body asleep. Focus 10 is the explorer's first experience of associating internal imagery with a change in brain frequency induced by the use of Monroe sound science. This core skill learned in Gateway, which is able to change the brain's frequency or mental state while maintaining an awakened mind so that you can remember the process. This skill opens the gateway to exploring a subject and typically ineffable experience. The focus levels allow for a common language to express this meditative experience between explorers. There are 4 pillars upon which Bob Monroe designed his courses: technology, language, methodology, and community. In each of these pillars, the focus levels play an important role. Monroe sound science technology uses frequency following to guide the brain. The technology trains the brain by listening to a sound frequency and correlating it with internal imagery at the focus level. The language used to express the experience uses a focus level as a point of reference for a type of experience associated with a specific frequency. In this way, an explorer can say, "I went to focus 10," and another explorer can instantly know the general condition of that mental state. The methodology Bob developed over time is demonstrated in many of the courses the Monroe Institute provides to hone in on specific skills needed to achieve the mental state of higher focus levels. The practical value of the methodology is that it can be taught in a course and have meaning and content left to the explorer. Explorers are empowered and guided to have personal experiences. Support staff, physical and virtual campuses, and explorers make up the community. This community aspect of the experience is critical to learning a skill required for Gateway experience. Often, the explorer will find it difficult to recall anything from their meditation. When a trainer or another explorer shares their experience, it can aid the explorer's recall of meditative events. The explorer then establishes a waking link to their memory and associates it with focus levels. Explorers are encouraged to write about their adventures, which aids in memory retention. At focus levels 15 through 21, the explorer is introduced to the resonant colors described by Maranon. Bob, in one meditation, mentions the blue of focus 15 and proceeds to move through the 7 resonant colors, ending at the white of focus 21. The purpose of this documentation is to assemble the information presented by Maranon and reveal a deeper understanding of the focus levels. Maranon is the consciousness that provides data about the focus levels in the 7 resonant colors to Bob Monroe while he is monitoring explorer sessions with Shay Ellsworth, also known as Leona. Each explorer was assigned a code that resembled their initials. Leona is known as SHE in Explorer tapes. SHE is sometimes referred to as Explorer 6 because she is the 6th tape in the Monroe Archives Explorer series. Maranon and Leona share the same consciousness during the Lemurian period of Earth history. A being's psychic abilities were enhanced at that time, as Maranon describes in Session 4, dated 10/15/1975. This capability was abused, resulting in a schism or splintering of the being between Leonora and Maranon. Maranon gives an example of Leonora in a previous life, demonstrating this talent. When she lived with me in Lemuria, she developed very strong talents. She could think of a person, and they would do whatever she wanted them to do, or they would be however she wanted them to be. She used this with a small child. The child was ill, and she willed the child to be well, and the child became well. Maranon tells us how the splintering with Leonora happens. When she shared with the child what she had done, then the child used her thoughts to bring great harm upon Leonora. At that point, a separation occurred between Leonora and me, Maranon. Because Leonora then willed harm upon that child, and the child died. She must remember that all thoughts that she has with other people must be for their good, and that I mean only good for her. Maranon states the need for positive affirmations. It is important for her to say over and over and over again that she herself is in perfect health. It is important for the people that she works with that they say they are in perfect health, because your thoughts are real, but what you say and what you think are real. She says she is ill, but she is in perfect health. Maranon, an advanced consciousness who has ascended the higher focus levels, only returns to Leona at a rose level because she is a spiritual splinter of his being. To move Maranon forward, all the lost parts must be found and reintegrated to form a complete being full of gifts. One of the important functions of resonant colors is the ability to heal and become a complete being. Leona was not the only explorer who was able to communicate with Maranon. While having an out-of-body experience, Bob had numerous direct encounters with Maranon, as did other explorers. The Maranon story is compelling because it provides both insight into Bob Monroe's early years and the program he developed. Maranon had such an impact on the Monroe Institute's development that Bob named the nearby lake Maranon. Initially, we understand the focus levels in terms of significant changes in states of being, such as focus level 1 being waking reality, and focus level 10 being the mind awake and body asleep state. The focus levels between F1 and F10 are just used to facilitate the transition between the two states. The explorer imagines walking into a gentle surf of the ocean. With each step, water rises to a higher part of the body, starting at the feet and ending at F10, while the head is submerged under the water but perfectly able to breathe. This greater role of resonant colors are introduced in the transcript of meditation voiced by Bob. Now in Focus 15, reach out and explore. You are free. Reach out and explore. You are free to send out questions and receive answers. You are free to communicate and information you may desire. You are free. I will call you, and you will hear and respond when this free flow period is concluded. Begin now. Now from Focus 15. From Focus 15, you're going to move through the colors to the white of Focus 21, the white of Focus 21, which is a bridge to the energy system, a bridge that can allow you to experience other realities. Move now to a pattern of blue in Focus 15. Beyond the blue of 15 to an expanded 15. Do this now, and I will join you beyond the blue of 15. Now from beyond the pattern blue of 15, move to a bright pattern of red in Focus 16. Think of all and move through the brilliant pattern of red on the other side of Focus 16. Do this, and I will join you there beyond the red. Move now to Focus 17. Move to 17, and all you have to do is think of and move beyond the bright yellow. Move to the bright yellow pattern of focus 17. Do this, and I will join you there. Now you will move on to focus 18. Think of the pattern of rose, soft pink rose. Move through this pattern of rose to focus 18 on the other side. Move through this rose. Do this, and I will join you in focus 18. You will now move to focus 19. You will see a brilliant pattern of green. A brilliant pattern of green. Move through a brilliant pattern of green to focus 19. Move through a brilliant pattern of green to focus 19. Do this, and I will join you there. Now you will move to focus 20. All you have to do is think of a rich pattern of purple and move through it to focus 20. Move through the pattern to the other side. Do this, and I will join you there. Now from focus 20, you will move to the other side to the white of focus 21. Focus 21, where you can learn to visit other energy systems, other realities. Focus 21 is the bridge that allows you to visit and return from a realm beyond physical experience. Perceive as a bright, shining pattern of white, a pattern of white, the sum of all colors. Now move into focus 21, move into the white, the sum of all colors, to focus 21, and I will join you there. Now in focus 21, now in focus 21. Observe, perceive, and experience. Remain calm and serene as you experience the freedom of focus 21. The Maranon material and hints from Bob suggest that there is more to these other focus levels than a simple transition and filler spaces between noticeable changes in states of consciousness. The following paper explains the 7 resonant colors and how they are used to form methodology for learning, healing trauma, and promoting spiritual growth. In general, Maranon describes each of the 7 colors following this pattern. F1, F8, F15, F22, F29, F36, and F43 are all color blue. And at that color, by becoming aware, you realize, experience an event or information. F2, F9, F16, F23, F30, F37, and F44 are red levels. And at that level, realizing and reflecting on the experience, our interpretation is based on the translation of what we believe happened at the blue level. Levels F3, F10, F17, F24, F31, F38, and F45 are all yellow levels. Whereat balancing, unifying, and testing our ideas formed on the red level with the event occurs. F4, F11, F18, F25, F32, F39, and F46 are all rose levels. Getting guidance and healing from trauma from the event occurs at this level. F5, F12, F19, F26, F33, F40, and F47 are all green levels, where easily normalizing, grounding, and applying new information or abilities becomes accessible to us after fully rationalizing and understanding the events that occurred at the previous levels. F6, F13, F20, F27, F34, F41, and F48 are all purple levels. By creatively applying the ability, you can expand to new areas when in this level. F0, F7, F14, F21, F28, F35, F42, and F49 are all white levels where you may transcend into a new level of awareness. This 7 resonant color pattern is used to process any event, and many variations of this process occur concurrently throughout a person's life. Maranon emphasizes how meditation organizes consciousness to reach higher levels of clarity and awareness. This advancement is accomplished through self-awareness and acquisition of life lessons. This process is experienced during meditation by accessing 7 focus levels to process an event. What normally is an automatic cognitive process is slowed and revealed to the explorer so that they are aware of the process in processing an event. The instructor's role is to walk the explorer through the methodology and teach them the skills needed to level up on their own. To summarize, the 7 resonant colors are used to combine, the learning and grieving process. The explorer can either passively progress through the focus levels or actively seek out the process in order to consciously engage the process and accelerate spiritual growth. The revelation is that the process is a combination of 7 focus levels to complete a learning process and enter a new level of awareness, rather than a single focus level. Next video, we are going to cover each of the color levels in much more detail than the layout that I just gave you. I do want to keep each of these short, and they will all be in a playlist, so if you just found this video on your own, just look for the playlist and that will take you through everything that I've done on this. We'll keep going until we've read the whole book. Please leave comments and questions or statements, anything you want to say. I love the interaction, and I've read this and several other things. I may be able to answer some questions or let you know if your question is going to be answered in an upcoming video as we progress deeper through this interesting report. Thank you all for being here. I will see you later, my friends.